Namaste, dear students. I welcome you all once again to class 3, and today we'll be beginning with the part 2 of the chapter Things Around Us. Coming to the introduction, this is the second part of your chapter, The Things Around Us. The main aim of the chapter is to make you understand the characteristics of living things. You will develop a scientific attitude to classify the things as living and non-living. Here we are covering up some of the key words which are necessary for you to understand, and the first word is gills. Gills are the special structures found in aquatic animals that help them to breathe. The second key word is stomata. These are the small pores, small openings present on the leaves which help them to breathe. Now is the third word, which is known as wilt, W-I-L-T, wilt. The meaning of this word is to bend or start to die due to heat or lack of water. Wilting word is mostly applied to plants when they do not get enough water. They wilt. In Hindi, you called wilting as murjhana. Coming to the fourth word, which is migrate. Word migrate or migration means moving or traveling from one place to another at the same time every year. This is used both in case of birds and animals. The fifth is dead things. The things that are no more alive are known as dead things. Here we are beginning with the introduction, that is characteristics of living things. Let us start now. On your screen you can see the organisms need various things in order to grow. First, they need food and water, they need air. The living organisms move, they can grow, and they can produce young ones, as you can see in the picture. Hence, the living things can grow, need food and water, can breathe, can move, can reproduce, can feel, and they have a life cycle. Now on your screen, you can see the characteristic features of living things. Here you can see the characteristic feature, that is growth. You can see a seed growing into a tree, a small baby growing into an adult, and a baby elephant getting converted into the adult. Here again you can see a child growing to a man and the seeds of an apple getting converted to an entire tree. Here we are quoting the example of a puppy converting to a dog, a caterpillar converting to a butterfly. Now we come to the characteristic feature of living things, that the picture is showing you the animals need food and the human being also need food and water. Here you can see a bird feeding on insects and the birds feeding on food grains. That means they all need food to grow. Here again you can see picture of some animals who are feeding on some kind of food. Here you are able to see the animals which are feeding on other animals or their flesh which they are acquiring as their food. So, we all know that human beings use both animals and plants as their food. Here you can see in the slide which is depicting that plants are the only living things on the earth that can make their own food with the help of a green colored structure in them known as chlorophyll. In the slide we have highlighted the chlorophyll, which is the center by which the green plants make their food. Coming to another characteristic of living beings is that they show movements. You can see on your screen different kind of movements shown by the animals. You can see a dog running, you can see an elephant walking, a man walking, bird flying, and the aquatic organism swimming in water. It is very important for you to understand that like the animals, the plants also show movement. The first example is of a very common plant known as touch me not. In Hindi you called it the chui mui plant. On touching its leaf, it closes it. You can see in the picture the sunflower, which is a very common example that we know that follows the movement of the sun. On the next slide, you can see the living things can feel. They can feel the happiness, the sadness, and different moods. Here again you can see the young ones with their adult organisms, which is again showing us the growth pattern in them. As we have discussed earlier, living beings show a life cycle. Here we have depicted some life cycles. In front of you, the life cycle of a mosquito, a hen, and the human beings. They go through different stages in their life and hence is one of the characteristics of living beings. Now on the slide, you can see the characteristic of death. The things which have life comes to an end where we say that the living things are dead. We have read so far about the characteristics of living things. Now we come to non-living things. They are just the opposite of living things. Non-living things do not move, they do not reproduce, they do not feel, they don't need energy, they don't need removal of waste material, they do not breathe, and they do not grow. The example quoted here is of a computer, which is a non-living thing. There are some similarities between living things and non-living things. Like number one, they both are made up of materials. Like human being is made up of lot of things like skin, bones, flesh, etc. In the same way, a non-living pen is made of plastic or metal. Second, they both occupy space and have weight. Third, they both are affected by the weather and the climatic conditions around them. For example, the heat, cold and rain affect our skin. It also affects the non-living things like wood and metals. So, we come to the lesson where we have read so far that living things have lot of characteristics like movement, reproduction, they feel, they need energy, they breathe, they grow, and still many more. The non living things are just the opposite of this. Once the living things come to an end, we call them as dead organisms. The example of living thing are the trees, the human beings. Example of non-living thing is a paper, and example of a dead thing which was once living is the wood. I hope you are able to understand the chapter clearly. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next session.